So I'm just going to throw this out. Why is Netanyahu back in the United States saying that Trump can make peace in the Middle East? I mean, what does that fucking mean? Is there a trade off between the Epstein files and the names on the list versus quote unquote having peace in the Middle East? Is there a trade off? Oh, okay, we'll calm down over here if you promise not to release the names or the videos of child rape. How come every time I turn around, this man is showing up? Is Netanyahu running our government? I think so. I think Netanyahu is the Anunnaki, because remember, Israel is Anunnaki. I think there's an ET component to all this. That's what's going on, people. And it's just like Carrie Cassidy says, you have to take a step back and really look at things. The Anunnaki run Israel. So every time I turn around, this man, Netanyahu, is always showing up at the door of our White House bothering Trump on how to take control of the United States. Well, if Trump has all the names and the files and the videos of what Epstein was, hustling around with Prince Andrew and the Crown and other people, well, I'll make a deal with you. See the gig? The Anunnaki are running the White House. This is an ET component. That's why you see videos of Bondi, reneging on her agreement with the American people. She's reneging. They keep stalling. You know, you know. So think about it. I mean, I was on the news and there's like a flash thing. It says Netanyahu going to the White House, and I'm sitting here going, why is this fucking man at our door? Why do you keep making unannounced visits? Why are you showing up for the drop? Well, he's showing up for the drop because Trump probably made a deal with Netanyahu not to release the fucking videos. And in return, the Middle East will calm down, right, with Iran. Because I think Trump he could pull the trigger on it. Deep state. It's called SES, Senior Executive Service. But it goes deeper than that. It's got an ET component to it. So I don't know, you tell me. The Anunnaki is always knocking on the White House because the Anunnaki are the Red House and the White House, the Swiss Templars. He's always showing up. He showed up that one time prior to, I don't know, he gave some speech at our fucking House of Representatives. I'm like, why is this man talking to our elected officials? Well, it's, everybody bends the knee to the Star of David, right? I'm not saying that, look, I'm just seeing maybe a possible connection here. I'm asking fucking questions. Why is Netanyahu always at the White House? Because I think Trump has a firing gun to pull the pin on Netanyahu. He's got something on him with child porn. I think that's what Trump's got. Okay, so you got the. I think that's what Trump had. He had dirt. He had dirt on these people, Netanyahu and all of them. Very powerful people. I'm just asking, why is this guy always showing up? Why is he at our fuck? If you're at war, Netanyahu, shouldn't you be taking care of your people? Why are you always over here? You don't give a fuck about America. You only care about your own fucking shit. I can read you like a book. You only care about you and your wife and your bank account and your appetite. That's all you care about. Because I can read you like a book. Alex Jones is probably right because Trump might have something on Netanyahu. So he shows up for the drop. Yeah. Okay, great. What you got? Sitting at a table, right? All right, we're gonna make peace. We're gonna calm down in the Middle East. Oh, you are, huh? Yeah, you're gonna shut the fuck up and stop your missile shit and your psychotronic weapons. Yeah, well, if you don't stop, I think that's what Trump might be doing. If you don't stop your psychotronics and your directed energy weapons and your fucking missiles, I'm gonna drop some names. It'll ruin your relationship, your bank account. People will personally sue you. You'll be broke. You'll be in prison. Your wife won't have nothing. Your family won't have nothing. If Trump has information on Netanyahu, that's probably what he'll do. Because you and your wife and your family, you won't have squat. But I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there as a what if. But I always find it amusing. I'm sitting there watching Fox News, and all of a sudden this flash comes across and says, Netanyahu at the White House. I'm like, why is this man always here? Is he nervous? I think he might be nervous. Because I think Trump might have something. On the deep state, we're talking deep, dark Jesuit, Vatican shit. Yeah, real dark shit. People, you don't even know the extent. This is an ET component to it. All that shit that is in Bohemian Grove and they do the initiation shit. Yeah, we're talking dark, evil. I'm just pointing it out. I mean, like I said, I know I'm going around in circles on this, but he always shows up and he's always like trying to dictate terms with our representatives and shit. He's trying to cover up. I can see his instincts. He comes for the drop because he wants to, I don't know, kiss ass. Real basic instinct. But I don't know. He's always over here. Whenever things like an election comes across, he's always like, I want to give you my speech. And it's just like, all right. American people don't care about Netanyahu. We care about security, our borders, our children, our education, our food. We care about fucking being able to buy cars and buy things, buy parts. We're sick and tired of the high cost of, it's just ridiculous. People care about the basics. Paying for rent, mortgages. We're sick and tired of the noose being tightened around our necks to pay for more taxes that goes offshore for the royals. We're tired of it. We're tired of footing the bill for these foreigners that come to America. What is the job of the presidency? Let's go back to basics. To keep foreigners at bay. Foreign money. You got this guy in New York City. He's a foreigner. He's a whacker. You know what they're following? The Democratic Party is following a Maoist. I'm not kidding. This is the format that the DNC. They are a socialist Maoist party. Classic textbooks of Maoism. So, like I said, there's an ET component to this. The Anunnaki are controlling Israel. And the Nazi faction that we all went through back in World War II was Aldebaran. I'm telling you, I'm not kidding you. There's an ET component as to why Bondi and Patel, and they're saying like they're trying to set them up in the news. No. There's no setup. When you get that high up at those GS 14/15 pay, salary, you go along to get along. Yeah, GS 15, however high it is. I think that's the highest. I don't know. 6 figures. So everything in the news where they say Patel and Bondi are being set up, I'm like, no. Netanyahu showed up for the drop, and he wants to make a deal. That's it. Because I think Trump might have dirt on him. Big time. But I don't know. I'm just throwing that out in the wind. Like I said, my instincts say, why is this guy always showing up at the drop? Why are you here? We'll calm down in the Middle East if you don't release the names in the videos. And yeah, well, Epstein wasn't stupid. He knew how evil you guys were, but he went along with it. So he's culpable, but supposedly he's dead. I don't know. Is he dead or is he a clone? Is he dead or is he alive? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. They have UFO technology where they can clone you, and then the real individual goes off to Moon or Mars. Yeah, see how they play their game? They have UFO technology that's very advanced. They clone people, they take your blood, they use directed energy weapons on you, they do their witchcraft shit, their candle magic in fucking Hollywood. Oh yeah, I saw Courtney Love's name on the blacklist. Yeah, the wife of that talented Nirvana guy. Yeah, he was talented. He had a voice. But whatever. Yeah, Courtney Love, she was circled in black, meaning that there's Hollywood and politics tied together. Is it making sense now? America doesn't give a shit. We just want it all to stop. We just want to get back to normalcy. Do we want accountability? Yeah, we do. And like I said in my previous videos, if you start arresting one of them, the dominoes will start falling. You have to arrest these people. They have to go through a real public trial. We have to know that this is legit, and otherwise it's just a dog and pony show with the Department of Justice. You guys, you don't do your jobs. And if you're not going to do your job, then let the people know, and we'll turn off the TV, and you can, have your nuclear war or something. Have your fun, and then you guys can escape off. You can go do your. See, this is all HARP. See the popcorn? This is all HARP technology. Yeah, this is all frequency. Yeah, you can go off and do your Mars shit. Knock yourself out. Because if none of these political people are going to be culpable, whatever. Earth is a reptilian, Alpha Draconis, Anunnaki planet. And if you're not going to do your job, why are you doing your job? What would you say you do here?